Hey guys, I am Preeti and you're watching this video on the power of brahmacharya, or we also call it celibacy. And I have got a question about this like a number of times, which is why I decided to discuss about this topic here. So make sure that you watch this entire video because it's important to grasp the entire content. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, what is brahmacharya? Brahmacharya is where you are not using your sexual energy for the obvious reason that it has been created for, and you collect the sexual energy. You collect it because it is the creative energy that the universe has given you, and it is up to you how you decide to use it. The most obvious reason is people use it for procreation. But when somebody does not want to procreate, they try to observe celibacy and collect their sexual energy such that they can raise it upwards for their evolution. They can raise it upwards, and it has a lot of benefits. It creates purity of mind, body and soul. It increases your vibrance. The vibrance of your soul increases. But there are a number of things you need to be careful of, because I have not tried to study much into this topic. I just have I have connected to people. As you know that I am a tarot card reader, angel card reader. I do get a lot of consultations, and usually people who are very very spiritual, they come into contact with me and they ask a variety of questions, and amongst all of those questions is one about the brahmacharya. So there were interesting experiences back since all these past 15-16 years. So that is why I decided to create this video for you. So when you don't have to follow celibacy, okay, now to follow celibacy is like somebody has this deep urge inside them, this burning desire. Oh yeah, I want to observe celibacy. So when not to follow celibacy, the first thing is when you're going through a breakup. Okay, not exactly when you're not supposed to follow celibacy. When you are not supposed to decide that you want to observe celibacy, that is the time when you have gone through a breakup. I get so many people who have gone through a breakup, who have broken up with their partner, got divorced, or they got dumped by their partner, and they say that I don't have a partner, so now let's observe celibacy. That's not the right time to decide that you want to be observing celibacy for your lifetime. So, and the next thing is, suppose if you have not broken up with your partner, but your partner, after some time in the relationship, they are not interested in sexual pleasure at all. So that is also not the time when you decide that you want to observe celibacy. Okay, the thing I want to make clear here is, to observe celibacy, it is actually a very very pure intent that you would like to do. But at the same time, that pure intent, it does not have to come from a place where there is this feeling of lack. You've lost a partner, so you don't have partner, you don't get to indulge into your sexual pleasures, which is why you begin to decide that okay, now let's observe celibacy. That's not the right time. You are going through a pain that your partner has left you, your partner has dumped you, or you have dumped your partner. So that's not the right time to make this big of a decision. This is where a lot of people falter. They take such big oaths, they take such big vows at these kind of times, that then they regret in future when they find somebody good. They regret that, oh, I made this vow, I made this oath, I pledged this, that I will be observing celibacy for a lifetime. But then it cannot stay for long. Okay, so if at all you have decided to follow celibacy during a positive time, not exactly positive time, while you are in a positive phase of mind and you have well thought over it, So then you can definitely go ahead and observe celibacy. Celibacy observing, it's also not limited that you just have to follow it for the entire life. You can follow it for some time that you want. And the thing is, you have to remember is, in order to follow celibacy, you need to know certain procedures that will allow you to raise the energy that is at the base of your spine. It will help you to raise that energy upwards. Okay, so you will need the help of an expert who will teach you how to do that. The next part I want to share with you is about living your life along with procreation, and then getting on the path of your spiritual progress. A lot of people, usually the ones who just abandon the world, who go to the mountains, the Himalayas, and meditate, the ones who leave the world, the normal world, the materialistic world, and they go to the forest or to the jungle and meditate. So these are the people who will find the maximum difficulties in order to progress on their spiritual path. A lot of times when people, they go through certain problems and they feel that they are not able to, they have family problems, they have problems in their, they have problems earning money, they have problems earning their livelihood, they have problems getting into a good career. When nothing is working out, that is not the time when you decided to abandon the world. That's not the time when you decide that this world is not made for you. This is the time when the world is testing you, universe is testing you, and you are supposed to pass the test. You are supposed to go ahead and accept the challenges that you have got. If you have family problems, go and deal with it. If you have problems in your career, go and deal with it. You cannot earn money, learn all the best solutions that can help you to earn money. If you cannot earn your livelihood, go ahead and try your best in earning your livelihood. So the time when you are experiencing a failure, that is not the time when you decide that you need to abandon the world. Okay, so this is a very famous saying in the Bhagavad Gita that the Lord himself is telling his devotee Arjun. He says that Arjun is somebody who wants to abandon the world, who wants to abandon and go to the forest and live a life of a mendicant. But at that time, Lord Krishna, he says that the people who leave the world, who abandon the world, he does not get much pleased by them, because the responsibilities that were given to them, they just turned their back towards it and they just left the world. So it will be like the most difficult thing for them to progress on their spiritual path. But at the same time, a person who is a part of the materialistic world, they earn their livelihood, they live with their family, they try to make their best effort in earning money and bringing money to their family. They try their best to do everything possible to keep themselves healthy. These are the people God is actually more happier with, and God tries to God resides on their heart, on the throne of their heart. This is what Lord Krishna has told Arjun in the Bhagavad Gita. And he says that he does not, the Lord, when I'm saying that, he says, Lord Krishna is telling Arjun in that way that he does not get pleased by people who abandon the world whenever they are faced by any failures. He says he gets pleased by people who accept the challenges, live through those challenges, and apart from those challenges, despite of getting those challenges, still they believe in God, still they are a good devotee of God. Those are the people he gets impressed with. So this is where it is, it reflects a lot about celibacy and whether you should observe celibacy or not. So people who are in the materialistic world, who procreate, who live a normal life, and then they try to connect with God, God does not have any problem with that. God does not want that you observe celibacy. Yes, I'm not saying that God does not want anyone to observe celibacy, because if it would have been that case, he would not have made us aware about that phenomenon. Okay, he might not have made us aware of the word itself, celibacy word itself. So yes, but he does not want everyone to follow it. There are some people who can follow it really well, there are some people who cannot follow it, and he does not want anybody to force themselves into it. Okay, so even if you decide either ways, still there is going to be hope for you on your spiritual path. Yeah, the act of celibacy, it is kind of a very difficult thing, and people who have a very very strong soul, a very very, not exactly strong, but yes, very powerful soul, they will be able to do it, and very very few people can actually successfully do it throughout their lifetimes. So why is it so? Why is observing celibacy the very difficult thing? See, celibacy is when you try to control your sexual desires, your sexual urge. It is actually part of the law of the universe. It coincides, it is aligned with the life, with the law of continuity of life, which is why the sexual energy, even if you cannot do anything, people usually create children. Okay, so what happens is when somebody creates the children, they have given something to the world, they have given something to the world through them. Okay, which is where it aligns with, it coincides with the law of continuity of life on this planet, which is why you are not actually getting much punished about not fulfilling your purpose or something. Okay, because yes, fulfilling of purpose is really important. Purpose fulfilling along with when you procreate, that is a very very high level to achieve during any lifetime. But yes, just in case you are not able to achieve your life purpose and still you were able to procreate, means you are actually abiding by the universal laws, and so you don't get that big of a punishment. So now your question might be, okay, now if following celibacy is not the ultimate thing, what do I do? So what I say, according to me, is you can live your materialistic life, you can use your sexual desire to create, to procreate, and even after procreation, if you still feel that you need to follow celibacy, you need to ask the permission of your life partner whether you have that permission or not. Suppose you want to observe celibacy, your life partner does not want to observe celibacy. So if they say no, you may want to abandon the idea altogether, because it's important. Your life partner is, you married them, you got committed with them for a lifetime, and if you have any thoughts like that you would like to observe celibacy in future, try to clear all of that with them before you get committed with them. Okay, because they should have an option before commitment, they should have an option to choose whether they would like to observe celibacy also along with you, or they don't choose to do so. If they don't choose to do so, they will choose to move on from the relationship, which is their right, and yeah, you need to give them that much freedom. Okay, so yeah, so this is all the video for celibacy. I hope that you like it. Yes, how to observe celibacy, there are certain techniques for it, different technique for males, different technique for females. So you need to go out to experts and try to ask their best practices, how you can begin with your celibacy practice. Okay, so that is it for this week's video. I hope that you like this video. If you have liked this video, hit the like button. If you feel that this video can help somebody, do share this video with that person. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, keep following the path of your soul's purpose, because you are born for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. When you click on the bell icon, select all notifications so that you get notified about all the videos that I upload.